What's up guys, JB here with iKoniKmodz, and today we're going to be reviewing the Srocker C10S wireless gaming mouse. It's a special mouse to keep on my fellow late night gamers from being impaled by flying stilettos. Stay tuned. Alright, so we're reviewing the Srocker C10S silent click wireless gaming mouse. So let's delve right in. Straight off the top, you notice that it's coming in a standard cardboard box, not much on it, except for the Srocker logo across the top. Cracking this bad boy open, inside you'll see that there's a mouse wrapped in bubble wrap, and that's it. Simple, straightforward, just the way I like it. Once you remove it from the bubble wrap, you'll notice that the mouse itself is of a pretty good size. It's not too small, not too big, but just kind of right. I would consider it perfect for a travel size mouse. It's got a very sleek aerodynamic design. Again, it's pretty low profile. It's primarily covered in hard plastic across both sides here, except for the center part, where it covers the right and left click buttons. It's a soft rubbery texture to it to give you some grip while you're using the mouse. Now, there's 6 total buttons on this particular mouse. There's your right and left click, your scroll wheel, your DPI button, and your forward and back buttons for when you're web browsing. Along this left side here, you'll also notice that there's a very also subtle thumb rest along the side. It's not too much, but it's enough for you to notice that something is there. Now, when you swing it around to the back, there's a logo here that lights up in 4 colored LEDs that kind of cycle through. They're constantly on whenever the mouse is in use, which is something that I'm not a huge fan of. I don't really like it, especially since the colors kind of cycle through and they completely clash with the accent color of the mouse, which is more of a tealish color. And I really think this mouse was designed by Judd, your average consumer, and it was his way of keeping Ari from slinging stilettos at him. Anyway, when you slide the mouse over to the right side, you'll notice there's 2 indentions here. And that's primarily for your ring and your pinky finger to rest upon when the mouse is in use. But again, like I said, this mouse is of a pretty standard size. I wouldn't consider it a big mouse. Now, I've got fairly large hands, and my normal mouse that I use is a Corsair Scimitar. And that mouse I can rest my whole hand on comfortably, and it fits very well. With this particular mouse, you'll notice when I do that, the palm of my hand is almost always on the mouse pad, which becomes pretty uncomfortable. So this mouse, I think, will work best for claw grippers. Now, the primary thing about this mouse that makes it different from other mouses is the fact that the right and left click buttons, which is primarily the buttons you use, especially when you're gaming, or web browsing, they are silent. Now, it's hard for you to hear the clicks right now, but we'll do a sound test later on, and I'll show you that, and I'll point it out to you. The mouse itself has 3 DPI settings, 1000, 1600, and 2400. I tend to keep mine on the 2400 just because it feels best for me. Now, your tread may vary. It's up to you. For the most part, I've had this mouse for mainly about a year now, and I've been using it off and on. It uses 2 AAA batteries, and when you flip it over to the bottom side here, you'll notice that there is 5 slide pads across here. It slides very well across the mouse pad. There's no issues with that there. Now, there is a nano receiver right here that you just pull out, and you plug that in, and you're good to go. It's plug and play. There's really no software that you can use, which is something I wish was kind of included, because then you'd be able to control the LEDs on the back, or at least be able to disable them. Because while the mouse is in use, I'll let you know this, that it does get slightly warm right here with the LED being on constantly and your hand being sitting on it. But it's not enough to annoy you, but it's noticeable, put it that way. Now, again, this mouse is primarily geared for people like myself who game late at night. This is kind of perfect because when you're using this mouse, you don't have to worry about hearing those clicks, which I don't know about you guys, but I've had multiple things hurled at me via my life because of the late night clicking. It gets very annoying. So with that being said, let's do a sound test and give you guys that, and then we'll do a closeout and give you guys my thoughts on this mouse. Alright, just to give you guys some context, I'm doing a side-by-side comparison with my normal daily driver, the Corsair Scimitar Pro. As you can see, the Srocker is a whole lot quieter than the Scimitar Pro. This is why I particularly use this mouse late at night when I'm doing my gaming sessions. Again, it keeps me from being hit with inanimate objects that I don't want to be hit with. So my final thoughts on this mouse is, again, I picked it up a little over a year ago, primarily for that exact reason. I didn't want to keep hearing my wife complain about me playing on games late at night and it being an issue. So I grabbed this mouse, and I couldn't be happier. It's worked out very well for me. In the year that I've had it, I've swapped out the batteries maybe 3 or 4 times. And this is with multiple hours of gameplay each and every night for the most part. The batteries hold up very well, and the mouse itself does great. So it's pretty accurate, and I really can't complain about anything else other than the constant LED cycling on the back. I really wish there was some kind of software or at least a way to disable that. But other than that, this mouse is absolutely awesome. I really think you guys should pick one up for yourself. And with that being said, again, I'm JB with iKoniKmodz, and this is my review on the Srocker C10S Silent Click Wireless Gaming Mouse. Don't forget to go all kinds of ape shut your mouth on that like and subscribe button for more great content. And I'll see you in the next one.